I started with cancer in 2002 with thyroid cancer and had my thyroid removed and went through radiation treatment. Thought I was done with the cancer journey. 2008 stage 3 lymphoma, 2014 lymphomas back, 2019 lymphomas back, 2020 lymphoma back again, plus prostate cancer. And so on
Oh,
September
wow.
17th, 2020, I had surgery to remove a tumor below my hip. And I woke up in the recovery room at Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, and I was basically having an emotional breakdown. And I had the nurse Jen reaches over and holds my hand, and she goes, "Hey, Bill, what's wrong?" And this wasn't like a little quiet crying. This was full-fledged sobbing. And I said, "I'm not sure I'm up for the fight." She goes, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "This is the fifth time I've had cancer. I've been diagnosed 6 times, and I know what's coming, and I'm not really sure I'm up for the fight." So we spent about an hour. The pastor came in, and the three of us spent about an hour kind of working through reasons why I was needed to be up for the fight. And after an hour, I was good, and I'd kind of reset my point of view and was really ready for the battle that was ahead. And at the end of this conversation, the pastor says to me, "Bill, you ought to turn your pain to purpose and write a book." And
Yeah.
so I did. And so this is the book I wish somebody else had written, because I've been learning as I go and making mistakes along the way. And so the purpose of this book is to help others in the cancer journey, not just the patients, but the family and friends. It is like what to expect when you're expecting, but for
Right.
cancer. Yeah.
Wow. It is you mentioned it started in 2002 all the way. It's basically 18 years. If I'm
Yeah.
doing my math right.
Yeah. So it's been my 3 kids have basically only known their father as I go through this journey. So part of the book, which was super interesting, and part of what I really learned from them, from the writing of it, was what's it like to be the kid of a cancer patient that's going through it off and on for 20 years. And also my wife wrote a piece, and both my kids, 2 of the 3 kids that wrote this, and my wife really give some good insights to other family and friends that are going through the journey, advice on how to handle it.
Right. And you're an athlete as well, and I'm sure that you had some setbacks on those kind of goals because you had to heal, right?
Yeah, it's true. Exercise is kind of my therapy, and my kids have kind of picked up on that too. So we've done a lot together. But yeah, having to reset when you go through the cancer treatment, the chemo or the immunotherapy has been challenging. I've been through it enough to know that I have to start over every time. And so, as much as I love to run, after I have to take that forced time off to go through the cancer treatment, I know it's going to be a slow process. For example, a couple months ago, I started running again, and my first run was 2/10 of a mile. And pre that chemo and immunotherapy, I'd run 7 or 8 miles, and I come back and I felt great, and it was ready to go some more.
That is cool. I'm right. I agree with you that I think running is therapy. I've always done it. I get the runner side. You probably do too.
Mm,
And
yes.
so what do because everybody's different, and because I've gone through this crazy process too, do they have an idea what started any idea what started the chemo? Not the chemo,
Yeah.
the cancer?
Yeah. It's we've had a lot of conversations, both MD Anderson and Mayo, that I've been treated by, and I got exposed to radiation at the Department of Nuclear Medicine and a now closed hospital when I was in college, and so got that pretty good, and so that's probably the cause of the thyroid cancer. In the radiation treatment, which is I was given a pill form of the same radiation that came out of Chernobyl, has
Wow.
probably created a cacophony of issues, and it's pretty possible. We'll never know for sure that that's been a cause of the lymphoma. And the prostate cancer is probably just because I'm getting old and now I seem to have a cancer issue going.
Right. I got chills with you saying that because my thing is something similar. My having the right people around me. It's not just your doctors. I think the nurses were really helpful.
Hmm.
I'm sure you probably had that experience too. They were very helpful.
Oh, and still, I mean, I have access through the portal to access my care team anytime, 24/7, 365, and they'll respond.
Yeah.
And that's such a blessing. I also have a good relationship and always have with my health insurance providers. So they assign somebody. They have a team that does this. That's a patient advocate, and I find them and develop a relationship with them. And I was at Mayo, which usually everything was going clean with the insurance. I get there for a scan. They're like, it's not approved yet. I literally texted the patient advocate at the insurance company. She goes, "Don't move." So I stood at that desk, and like within 30 seconds, boop, it was approved.
That's awesome. I mean, it's
Yep.
just again, the support you got to have to make sure you pay for that. I think about how much all that treatment costs, right? And thank God you had insurance. If you think about it, how it all adds up.
Yeah, the financial side of cancer is hard for anybody. I'm
Yes.
fortunate that I've got insurance through the Affordable Care Act here in the U.S. and it's fine. And I've been fortunate along the whole road to have pretty good insurance. But even then, I mean, cost of travel, cost of clothes, cost of diet, cost of hotels, deductibles, all those kind of things, copays add up. So the financial stress, is pretty high for a lot of cancer patients. But I've also received support along the way. Leukemia Lymphoma Society early in my journey, helped me with some travel. Southwest Airlines, helped me out with some travel through MD Anderson. So they have the big places, the cancer institutes have resources that they can then get you some support if you need it.
That's really cool. I have